What's up, YouTube? Topcity5401 here, and I got some cards to show off. Mostly bonds, but I got some. I've been bottom feeding on some trout as well. So it's fun bottom feeding on a side PC. And then I'm going to answer a question for a new viewer on my channel, Scott's Collectibles. But let me get started. I'm just going to show you guys my pickups. So first of all, I mean, stuff like this, I just love it. This is a sepia Mike Trout refractor. I can't believe how affordable these refractors are these days. I love them. Refractors seem to age well. A lot of times when they first are released, people don't think much about them, and then years later, they go after them. Here's another one. This is a Gypsy Queen. I love these beautiful mini Gypsy Queens. This is a green refractor. I actually bought this card on St. Patrick's Day, which I didn't even realize it was St. Patrick's Day till after I bought the card. But this is a great little parallel, and it's numbered out of 99. Numbering right there. So glad to add that one into the Mike Trout collection. I also bought this Stadium Club. This was known as the Triumvirate back in the day. I don't know what they call them now. But this is a contemporary version of the 90s Stadium Club Triumvirate. And they had, back in the day, they had the Luminous, the Illuminator, and the Luminescent. As far as I know, these don't have parallels like they did back in the 90s. And it's die cut, and on this card to the right and left, it kind of fits together like a puzzle. At least the ones in the 90s did. And it was a 3-player panel when you got when you completed the puzzle. Anyways, that's that card. Then, man, I couldn't believe these cards. I got all 3 of these cards for like $8 plus tax. $8.72 for these 3 here. And these are the 2010. These aren't rookie cards or anything like that of Mike Trout. They're just cool minor league cards. They were copyrighted in 2010. Guys, comment down below. I'm not sure if these were actually printed in 2010 or if they were printed after Mike Trout debuted in the big leagues. And there's 3 different, it's a 3-card set. They can't be that rare. They're all over eBay. They typically sell between like $5 and $10 per card. And then here we go. I got some cards from the famous JM collection. As everybody knows that's been following my channel, I reached that 6,000 unique card milestone. I'm just going to have some coffee. It's morning time. So I'm not going to do my road to 6,000 anymore, obviously, because I've achieved that. But I'm still picking cards up, so I'll show them as they come in. I'm not going to show everything I get of bonds, but I'll just show some of the highlights. And so here we go. These were from the JM collection. I got this Omega featuring Bonds of McGwire. So that's a cool card there. And then I got an Upper Deck MVP dual base relic card. So the relics contained in this card are from a game-used base. It says the date on the game. I don't feel like reading the back of it, but pretty cool cards. Our card there. A dual PC, as you guys know, I collect McGwire, hence my YouTube name, TopCity5401. And then I picked up the last 3 first day issues that I needed for my collection. And if you guys aren't familiar, these are the Stadium Club. Guys, back in the 90s, Stadium Club was very innovative. They did a lot of cool stuff. And one of the first parallels were these first day issue, stamped in hollow foil. The print run on these are approximately a 2,000, but in 92 and 93, that was pretty tough to find a card that low print run. And then I got the This Day in History Jersey relic card. So that one's cool. My dog's barking in the background, so I'm going to have to go take care of her in a second. Then I got a couple of autos. This one, man, this card just, I'm really glad I bought this card. And it's way nicer in person than on a photograph. But what do they call this? Sweet Sigs from Fleer Showcase 2003. And this is a 5-card set. But this one, all of them have inscriptions on them. This one inscribes his 93 MVP win and has a print run of 75. So really cool Bonds autograph there. And then the last one, this card is totally unique. So I got an 86 Fleer update, Barry Bonds rookie. And I'm not going to count this card as a unique card in my Bonds collection, but it is a cool card. So there we go, 86 Fleer update. But on the back of it, Barry Bonds signed it in ballpoint pen. And what is fantastic about the signature, many of you may not recognize that as being Bonds' signature. However, that is a period correct signature. That's how Bonds signed in 86 and 87. You got the Barry L, L for Lamar, and then Bonds. I'm not sure what that date inscription is right there. And it's kind of sloppy. It looks like Bonds wrote over or tried to correct what he wrote there. But it's either 5/16 or 8/16. I don't think it's 3/16. But, I mean, it could have been, I don't know what that is, what that inscription is. I got to do a little research. But super beautiful autograph. I've been wanting this particular autograph for quite some time. I'm glad to track one down. Of course, this was in the JM collection. So real grateful to add this into the collection. So those are the pickups on this video that I'm showing off. Now I'm going to answer the question from Scott's Collectibles, a new viewer to my channel. And Scott, I really appreciate your comment on my video. But he and several other people have asked, how do I store my cards? What does my collection look like? Well, I like to use like 2-row monster boxes. And I put all my cards that are valued a little bit higher or harder to find cards in magnetics and top loaders. So here's an example of like a 2-row box. So this one has like my multiplayer Barry Bonds cards and then oddball cards or other cards. So like some of the tough regional issues and stuff like that. Or, you know, maybe like some of the bootlegged cards. Not bootlegged, but unlicensed stuff. Anyways, stuff like that. And then I store my jumbo cards. Here's an example of one of the boxes. I have like 3 or 4 boxes filled with jumbo cards. Actually, maybe 5 boxes. But I like to put the jumbo cards in top loaders, typically. These are kind of tough to top load jumbo cards. And then the regular jumbo cards. So I got that. And then here's another one. So I got like Leaf, Fleer, and Donruss. So again, these are the higher end cards for my Leaf, Fleer, and Donruss cards. So just kind of give you an example of what might be in here. We got some EX cards, and, you know, just stuff like this. So I typically store them in a 3-row or a 2-row box on my higher end cards. And my lower end cards are in binders. So, and I like to label my binders. So I got 5 binders total. That's number 5, number 4, and number 3. And then I'll just show you here, like, I don't have the best organization as far as like checklist wise, but aesthetically, I like to put like cards with one another in my binders. So, I mean, they're all unique cards, but a lot of times there'll be different cards that have the same photo. So I like to put those together. And then I just put them in the old binder like that. And then I kind of have themes. It makes it easier for me to find them. But that's how the binders are typically archived. And then I've talked about this before, but I like to put a Beckett on top of the binder so that you don't get the cards rolling off the D-ring and getting ring marks on the cards. I've learned the hard way on what not to do over the years. I've been collecting forever. So I might do like a full video showing off the collection, how it's archived, but I'm just going to quick Q&A for this. Kind of give you guys a snapshot on how I store everything. Oh, here's a cool card. This one is actually a unique one. That Stadium Issue Bonds autograph card. And magazines too. I got a few magazines. Oh, then I wanted to show you this. Like my real big cards, like that's a folder. A 1988 Topps folder that looks like a card. I have a few other cards behind this. The supersized jumbo cards. Man, these things are sick. Oh, man, see, now I'm just looking at my collection here. But, yeah, like that. So I put some of this stuff, can't even fit in a box. So that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, until next time, happy collecting.